Sword friends, today I'm going to introduce you to the Legacy Arms Sword of the Halfling. It is a $230 functional fantasy balance that is, well, does those things frankly quite well. It is fantasy in the sense that it's inspired by Lord of the Rings, obviously taking more than a subtle nod to Sting from that series. It's not as elaborate as the movie prop, so if you're looking for something that is a screen accurate replica, this is not for you. But if you like the kind of general shaping and you prefer maybe a more subtle look, then this will be right up your alley. In terms of function, it held up to doing sword-like things quite well. I chopped with it, I did normal sword things and cut normal targets, but I also cut some abnormal things like blocks of ice and an old frozen log, and I tried to bend the tip, and I was very percussive with Aquilins, and all of it held up really quite well. It was very ergonomic, very comfortable to use, and I really had no complaints. The bits and bobs are secured quite well. Everything about this, frankly, is overall very functional and very good. Now, $230 is not an insubstantial amount of money. If you have $230, frankly, you do have to value both components of this sword, the fantasy and the functional. The fantasy and the nod to Lord of the Rings has to vibe with you, and you also have to value the functionality, because you can get a more accurate screen prop if you don't care about the function, and it will probably blend with your Lord of the Rings collection better. Likewise, you can get a more functional sword with a more functional design, frankly, if you don't care about the fantasy element. So you do have to value those two things in unison for that $230 to make sense. But I think basically the same thing could be said of any product. You have to be the audience it's for in order to like it. This one just seems to be a smaller, more narrow audience. The economies of scale are not the same. This is a little bit more boutique-y, a little smaller batch kind of thing. I don't imagine that thousands upon thousands of them are going to be made the same way, say, a movie prop would be for the Sting replica, or a katana that is made in batches of 25,000 or something like that. So you do have to value it. If you do, though, then I think you get a fair bit for your money here. Anyway, that's all I've got.